Good afternoon to everybody, and thank you so much to my audience members that you can pan around and make sure they're in the shot. Thank you all so much for joining me today and listening to my speech, and thank you to everybody and my classmates who are listening online. Today I come to give you a call to action and to persuade, simply to volunteer, and I will expound more on that as I go along. There is a quote I found and latched onto by an unknown source as I was looking into the origins of volunteering and how volunteering impacts our community, and it said that our unpaid volunteers today are God's visible angels. And I do love that quote because though I have volunteered many times, I do not feel as one of God's angels. I do think that the work of volunteers is incredibly service-oriented and beneficial to everyone that they impact. And while you may not feel as one of God's angels either, the work you can do as a volunteer is incredibly impactful, and I would like to encourage you to do that. As we progress forward, Joseph Joubert, who was a French moralist from the 1800s, if I believe correctly, said that children are in need of role models rather than critics. This is a quote I also love because children latch on to examples and people's actions more than they do, I would argue, their words. I've seen this exemplified in John 3:16's after-school volunteer program. John 3:16 is a mission based in North Tulsa that reaches out to the homeless, to those in need, and it impacts a variety of citizens in the North Tulsa community. And one avenue I've been able to experience and be a part of is their after-school program. During the after-school program, the kids walk across the street from the elementary school around 2:45 whenever their teachers let them out, and they come to the John 3:16 mission. This brings in kids from the first grade level all the way up through the younger junior high, so around 6th or 7th grade. And in short, what the after-school program entails is they come in, they all get together. It usually starts out with some activity because they've been standing in school all day, and then they get down to their studies. And this involves not only doing the homework that they are assigned throughout the day, but extra work that John 3:16 gives them in order to build character, help in areas that are lacking in their own studies, and just generally improve their character and academic performance. So it's a wonderful organization. My point in all of this is to encourage you to volunteer at the after-school organization. I'll quickly tell you how the kids benefit from it and then how you would benefit from it as a volunteer. Obviously, the children benefit from volunteer impact in this organization because it is most likely that many of the children do not have positive influences in their lives when they leave school and when they leave the program and go home. This is why many of the children are there, and they mostly come from rough home lives. Their time at John 3:16 mission, as quoted by them, is the highlight of their day, and it is the time most likely when they learn the most throughout the day. When you have such one-on-one attention with the volunteers, most of the time the ratio to children to volunteers is about 2 or 3 to 1, which is much more specific than the time they get with their